All right, so today we're diving into a classic tale from 1001 Nights. It's all about that age-old battle, right? Brains versus brawn. Or, in this case, human smarts against some pretty insane supernatural power. And believe me, it all kicks off with one guy having just the absolute worst day ever at sea.
So let me ask you this. What if you hit rock bottom? I mean, truly your lowest point, and then bam, you find something that you think is going to change your whole life. But then you realize, oh no, it's not here to save you, it's here to kill you. Yeah, that's exactly where our story's hero is about to land.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our main guy is a fisherman. And when I say poor, I mean really poor. So poor, in fact, that he has this one simple but kind of desperate rule. He only gets to cast his net 3 times a day. That's it. His whole family's food for the day, it all hangs on those 3 tries. Talk about pressure, right?
So for his very first cast, he's actually singing this hopeful little song. You can just hear the optimism in it. He really, truly believes that this cast, this one right here, could be the one that turns everything around.
And nope. Hopes are immediately spectacularly crushed. Because what does he pull up? Not a fish, a dead donkey. Yeah, a rotting donkey. He literally cries out about his wretched luck, and you can just feel the despair. Not to mention, the smell. Well, so much for cast number 1. Okay, so strike 1. But, you gotta be resilient when you're a fisherman. So he washes that horrible stench out of his net and gets ready for round 2. He's only got 2 shots left. The pressure is seriously on now. He throws the net in again, and this time, whoa, it's way heavier. He actually has to struggle to drag it to shore. And you can feel the excitement building, right? Is this it? Is this his big break? He manages to heave this big chest open. And inside is sand. Just a chest full of heavy, worthless sand. His frustration just boils over. He's so mad he literally kicks the chest.
So now, the sun's coming up. Dawn is breaking. This is it, his third and final cast, the last chance. He says a quick prayer, hoping that third time's the charm. Everything is riding on this one throw.
And he feels something. He pulls it up, and it's different. It's a big, heavy brass jar, and it's sealed tight with a lead lid. Right away, his practical side takes over. He's thinking, okay, I can sell this at the market, get some money, buy some wheat. He has absolutely no clue that what's inside is going to change his life forever. So he gets out his knife, works at that old seal, and finally pops it open. He tilts the jar over, and nothing. He's probably thinking, oh great, another dud. But then a little bit of smoke starts to seep out. And this, right here, is where our story completely flips from a sad tale about a poor fisherman to a full-on supernatural thriller. And this isn't just a little puff of smoke. It pours out, covering everything, the sea, the sky, and it solidifies into this thing, a Jinni. But get this, he's so huge, so immense, that his head is literally in the clouds while his feet are still on the sand. His eyes glow like lanterns, his mouth is like a giant cave. And the fisherman? Well, he's just frozen, utterly terrified. The Jinni looks down at him and says, "Be glad." And for a split second, the fisherman must be thinking, yes, my luck has changed. But then the Jinni finishes the thought with that absolutely chilling line. And just like that, what could have been the best moment of his life turns into the absolute worst. And here you can see just how disconnected they are. The fisherman is pleading, he's using logic, he's talking about his family, like, dude, I just freed you. And the Jinni? He's completely unmoved. His only response is basically, so how do you want to die? The power dynamic here is just completely off the charts. So what is this Jinni's deal? Why so cruel? I mean, why would you want to kill the one person who set you free? Well, the answer goes way back. It's all about what happens when you're trapped, alone and powerless, for centuries at the bottom of the ocean. This timeline is so important for understanding where all this rage comes from. See, for the first couple hundred years, the Jinni was all about gratitude. He swore he'd make whoever freed him rich. Then, after 400 years, he upped the ante, all the treasures of the earth. But as more and more time passed, that hope just soured. it turned into pure, bitter rage, and he made a new vow that whoever set him free would die the worst death imaginable. And our poor fisherman? Yeah, he just showed up a few centuries too late. Okay, so the fisherman realizes begging isn't going to work. Mercy is completely off the table. He's got to find another way out of this. And this is that critical moment, the pivot, where the story stops being about power and starts being about pure cleverness. And here it is, the turning point in his own mind. He basically tells himself, wait a minute, I'm a human, I have reason, I have a brain. He decides right then and there that he's going to use his cunning to take down this Jinni's brute force. And he comes up with this genius 4-step plan. First, he pretends to give up. Total submission. This gets the Jinni to lower his guard. Then he asks one last question. But it's not a plea for his life, it's a challenge. He goes right for the Jinni's ego, and he demands proof of something he knows the Jinni will be desperate to show off. And this is the bait. It's perfect. He acts completely amazed, totally skeptical. He basically looks at this massive being and says, you know what? I just don't believe you. There is no way something as huge as you could have ever fit inside this little jar. It's a direct shot at the Jinni's pride, a total power move. And of course, the Jinni takes the bait, hook, line, and sinker. His ego just can't handle being questioned like that. And because of that one moment of arrogance, the entire story is about to get flipped completely upside down. And just like that, it works. To prove the little human wrong, the Jinni transforms himself back into that massive column of smoke and flows right back into the jar. The very thing that makes him so powerful is what leads to his downfall.
The second that last wisp of smoke is inside, the fisherman doesn't hesitate. Quick as a flash, he grabs that lead seal and slams it back on top of the jar. And then, and this is just perfect poetic justice, he shouts the Jinni's own threat right back at him. Wow, the power has completely shifted.
And this really just sums up the whole story, doesn't it? We started with this all-powerful, terrifying Jinni and a completely helpless fisherman. And we end with a helpless, trapped Jinni and a fisherman who is now calling all the shots. A complete 180, all because of a little bit of human cleverness. But here's the thing. The story doesn't just end there with a victory. Sure, the fisherman is safe. But now he has a huge choice to make, right? He holds the Jinni's life in his hands. So what does he do? Does he show mercy? Or does he give the Jinni a taste of his own medicine? And that's the big question it leaves us with. When you have that kind of power over someone, where's the line between justice and revenge?